Hi friends, today we will be making falafel hummus and pita bread. So let's start with the hummus. I've taken 1 cup of, we have to grind the hummus. So we need 1 cup of boiled chickpeas or chole. We require 1 tablespoon of white til or sesame seeds to be put into the grinder. We require half tablespoon of salt. Salt you can add as per your taste. We need 1 tablespoon of half tablespoon of garlic. We require 2 tablespoon of olive oil. I'm putting all this into the grinder, and we need 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Now I'll add all this into the grinder for the hummus. I'll just give it a slight stir and we will grind it into a very fine paste. Now guys, my hummus is creamy, tangy hummus is ready. Now we'll serve it on a plate and keep it in the fridge for around 30 minutes. Let's take it out. Now while you are grinding it, if you find that the mixture is lacking a bit of water, you can add 2 tablespoons of water and some olive oil. Now the hummus is generally served like this. It has to be spread onto the plate nicely. And while you're garnishing it, you can garnish it with some olive oil on top. Now this is the hummus which is ready, but we need to store it in the fridge for around 30 minutes because it's served chilled. Now let's begin with the recipe for falafel. For this we require some 1 cup soaked chickpeas which are not boiled, and please dry them, the soaked chickpeas. 1 cup of coriander leaves, 2 tablespoons of garlic, half an onion, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and 1 tablespoon of olive oil, along with some jeera powder, half tablespoon jeera powder, and half tablespoon of salt. I have put salt while you need to put half tablespoon of salt, and you can adjust it later if you want more salt. Now let's blend it. I'm using something like the food processor, which will not make it into a paste. We want it into a coarse this thing. I'm also adding half a green chili. This is the big green chili. Now let's grind it. If you are doing it in a mixer, you need to do it on pulse mode, and we need to make it into a coarse powder. Now after grinding the mixture, it will become not like a paste, it will become more like a dough with the chickpeas and the mixture grinded into coarse form. please ensure that you don't grind it too much. It should be easy to make it into a ball. Now we need to add some baking soda to the mixture and mix it well. Just half a tablespoon of baking soda. This is to make the mixture nice and fluffy. If you feel your mixture is become too wet because of some reason, you can always add some breadcrumbs to make it proper. Now we will make it into small balls in your palm. Before you make the balls, keep the mixture in the fridge for an hour so that it sets and the extra moisture also reduces. Hi guys, now we'll be using this appam vessel. You can always deep fry the falafel balls, but I prefer this because it uses very less oil. Now I have heated up the pan. I'll put little bit of oil in all the and I will just spread it a bit inside each cavity, and please keep the flame on low. This takes very little oil, and you will find that even after the cooking is done, some oil will remain in this cavity. Now I'll reduce the gas a bit. Now I have the balls ready, the falafel balls. I'll place it in the cavity. I switch on the gas because the gas was high, so I reduced it. Now I'll put all the balls in it. Put little more oil because now we'll close it with the lid and we'll cook it for some time. You can see the falafel balls are nice, is getting cooked well. I'll slowly turn it. See, such a nice color has come. Slowly turn the balls. We have to turn it on all sides so that it looks nice and round, nice and brown. I'll turn the balls slowly. There you go. And be sure to cover the lid every time you turn the balls so that it needs to get cooked from all sides. And ensure to keep the gas on low to medium so that your balls don't get burnt. Guys, you can see even on the appam pan, my falafel balls have been cooked really well. Now we have taken it out from the gas and we'll keep it aside and we'll serve it. Now I have served the hummus. I've made a pattern with a fork and some chili powder at the edges and placed the falafel balls. Now this is how the falafel and hummus is traditionally served. Now let us make the pita bread. Now we can see that the yeast mixture is fermented. I'll show you. See, the yeast mixture is fermented, it has become frothy. Now we'll add it in the dough. We'll add it in the flour mixture, and we'll knead the flour into a soft dough. We have already added salt and olive oil to the dough. Now we will knead the dough. Now I will knead the dough into a soft mixture. Add some water as you may like. Now because of the yeast, the dough will rise. It will become double in size. Now my dough is ready. I will keep it aside. Since I put a bit of wheat, we need to knead it a bit more. Now I will keep it aside for an hour. I will grease the plate a bit with some oil, and I will keep it aside for an hour for it to double. Let's start with the pita bread. Now we can see the dough which we kept aside became doubled in size. Let us knead it a bit. Now once we have kneaded it a bit, let us roll it like we roll rotis. I'll take a small ball, and what I need to do is I need to flatten it, and we need to start folding it in this way so that it becomes like a pocket. Now let's dust some flour on it, dry flour, and roll it into a ball. Now you can use whole wheat flour also, full whole wheat, complete whole wheat flour also, but you'll have to ferment the yeast for maybe 2 hours. So for best results, I have actually used both flour and maida. It's totally up to you. Now let's switch on the gas. Meanwhile, let the gas become hot. Let the pan become hot. I will prepare one more. I'll demonstrate one more pita bread to you. Flatten it, and then you have to slowly roll it into a pocket, and then dust some flour and prepare. I am preparing smaller pita pockets, pita bread, because I like it small. I don't like it to be too big. Now they are ready. Let's put it on the pan. Now I put it on the pan. Now we need to cook it till it starts forming some bubbles. You can see some bubbles are being formed. Let the bubbles form. Now I will slightly turn it. You can see the dough is trying to come up slowly. You might want to give it a slight press from the ends. Make sure the flame is on medium to high and not too low. Now we'll turn the bread. Now one pita bread is ready. We'll take it out and we'll make the second one. There's no need of putting any oil or anything on the pita bread. And we'll put the second one. Actually you get pita breads in the market only, but I prefer making it at home. Now you see that there are bubbles coming up on the bread. Once slight bubbles come, we should turn the bread, turn the pita bread, and slightly press it. See, now the bread is bubbling up properly. To press it, it will. Now I'll switch off the gas and we'll serve the pita pockets. Now we will serve the pita pockets. Now we can see that we'll cut the pita bread. Now you can see a pita pocket is formed. After, if we cut the bread, we can see a pita pocket is formed. Now we'll serve the hummus and the falafel. Now what we'll do is, this is my hummus plate. We'll take some hummus, we'll take some falafel, and we will place it in the pocket like this. And we'll put some hummus paste into it. And we'll evenly spread it in the pocket. First you can place the hummus and then put the pita, put the falafel onto the hummus. Now I have evenly spread the hummus into this. And you can see my falafel is, you can serve it with some salad. Guys, you can see my pita bread is ready and my hummus plate is also served. Enjoy your pita bread and falafel sandwich.